regular earbuds can start to feel tiring after a few hours. That is usually the point where most of us switch to open earbuds. Sometimes you just want music in the background without feeling disconnected from everything around you. And once you get used to that open style, it becomes surprisingly hard to go back. So today we are looking at two budget open earbuds that approach that idea in very different ways. On one side, the FreSound FS01 focuses on comfort and balance. On the other side, the Soundcore V20i pushes more bass and adds extra control through software. Because of that, the difference shows up very clearly in daily use. So let us dive into that. To begin with, the FreSound FS01 keeps things very simple in design. It uses lightweight hooks, soft silicone, and a minimal body. However, once you wear it for a few hours, the intention becomes clear. These are made to disappear on your ears. In fact, each earbud weighs only 8.7 grams, which is lighter than the Soundcore V20i. As a result, long sessions feel easier on the FreSound, whether you are working, walking, or just listening casually. On the other hand, the Soundcore still feels secure, but it carries a slightly heavier presence due to its larger 16mm drivers and more feature-heavy build. Therefore, it never fully disappears in the same way as the FreSound does. Meanwhile, the FreSound uses flexible silicone hooks with a memory alloy core, so once you shape them to your ear, they naturally return to that fit. In contrast, the Soundcore relies on adjustable hooks, which offer more fit options but feel less effortless over time. When it comes to sound, the difference becomes even more obvious. Firstly, the FreSound uses 12mm BioCore drivers, and as a result, the tuning feels balanced. Vocals stay clean, instruments remain separated, and overall clarity stays consistent across different types of content. Therefore, it works well for mixed listening like podcasts, videos, and casual music. By comparison, the Soundcore takes a more energetic approach. Thanks to its larger 16mm drivers, the bass becomes stronger and more forward. So when you switch from FreSound to Soundcore, that low-end impact is immediately noticeable. However, this extra bass does come with a trade-off. While the FreSound keeps everything even, the Soundcore can sometimes push vocals slightly behind the mix, especially at higher volumes. Consequently, FreSound feels more controlled, while Soundcore feels more exciting, but less neutral. For calls, the FreSound focuses on stability. Its AI noise filtering helps reduce background noise, so voices stay clear during meetings or outdoor walks. Although it is not studio level, it remains dependable for everyday communication. Similarly, the Soundcore performs well in calls. However, it benefits slightly from its app ecosystem and tuning options. Even so, both sit in a similar performance range without a major gap. In terms of battery life, the FreSound offers around 8 hours per charge, and roughly 30 hours with the case. As a result, it comfortably lasts through several days of normal use. Likewise, the Soundcore delivers a similar endurance range. However, depending on features like LED usage and tuning, real-world results can vary slightly. Meanwhile, on durability, the FreSound comes with IPX5 resistance, while the Soundcore steps up to IP55. Therefore, Soundcore has a small edge in dust and water protection, especially for outdoor use. In daily use, the FreSound keeps things very straightforward. You pair it once and then it just works. Because it does not rely heavily on software, the experience stays clean and direct. In contrast, the Soundcore adds a full app layer. Through it, you get EQ control, touch customization, firmware updates, LED settings, and multi-point pairing. Therefore, it feels more flexible if you enjoy adjusting your sound. At the same time, this also changes the experience. The FreSound stays more set and forget, while the Soundcore invites more interaction and tweaking over time. Ultimately, the FreSound feels like the more relaxed and natural option. Because it focuses on balance and lightweight, it becomes easier to forget during long sessions. On the other hand, the Soundcore leans into energy and control. Since it offers stronger bass and more customization, it suits users who prefer a more adjustable and lively sound. So in the end, it is not about which one is better overall. Instead, it comes down to how you want your audio to sit in your day. One fades into the background while the other adds more character to it. That was all. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. And don't forget to share your experience in the comments.